Practice. Retopology of the shoe. We created this model in the last part of the tutorial using the loft and bool generators. The object has an irregular mesh and triangular polygons. The mesh does not allow chamfering in the area where we cut off a part of the model with the bool generator. Let's retopologize this model. In order to make it convenient to create a new mesh, turn on snapping to polygons. Next, select the Polypen tool. The first step is to create polygons on different circles. For characters, these are the areas of the eyes and mouth. In our case, it is the cutout for the heel of the boot. Create square polygons of about this size to make them easier to edit. We will add subdivisions to them later. Let's color code the polygons to make it easier to distinguish the new polygons from the old model. I continue to create the first half of the arch. The other half should be symmetrical. In order not to draw polygons, you can select a face and drag it while holding down Ctrl. Thus, an entire polygon will be created at once. The arch is ready. In my case, it consists of 8 approximately identical polygons. Let's move on. Create a new polygon. From now on, we will be rounding off the boot. We don't need to create all of it. It will be enough to create just half of it. We'll mirror the second part using symmetry. Move the points so that they snap to the surface of the model. Next, we're working according to the same principle until we hit at the intersection of the polygons in the area of the toe. We have to rotate the model constantly to make sure the shape is correct and the points are positioned correctly. So now I'll turn on the display of the original model to see the result. Add another polygon path. We see that they are already beginning to intersect, so we connect these points. Next, starting from this polygon, create a downward path. Place the points according to the shape of the original object. At this point, I create a downward polygon path. The front part is ready. Create the back part of the model. We are moving these 3 polygons to the middle and bring the polygons to the middle of the model. Let's see what we got. In order to see the new mesh, turn on the X-ray mode of the object. Check the model and adjust the points. Now we connect these polygons. Now we have to create a triangular polygon. The next polygon is quadrangular, and there are no problems with it. In order to handle a triangular polygon, we create a new point on the top face and cut upward. We have cut a quadrilateral polygon into two pieces. Move the new point on the edge of the triangle and we get a quadrilateral polygon. Then I will create polygons in this part all the way to the top. Later, using these polygons, it will be easier to create a rounded part of the model. Create horizontal polygon paths. Let's see what we got. Turn off the display of the base. Let's adjust the points and polygons a bit. I will select the lower points and level them into one line using the Scale tool. Let's align the top points too. And the most important thing, the points that go along the axis of symmetry must also be in one line. And in this case, be at the center of the coordinates along the x-axis. So in the Coordinate Manager, reset the x-axis and click Apply. Otherwise, artifacts may occur when using the symmetry generator. We put this object into the symmetry generator. And a solid model is created. Now let's duplicate it to keep the iteration of the model. I will convert this copy to editable polygons to refine the model. Use the pen tool to close the bottom of the model. This part can be closed with the Close Polygon Hole tool, and cut with Line Cut. We will not cut it at this point since we already have a quadrangular polygon. Create an axial section. Now let's add some thickness to the inside of the boot. To do this, select the top faces. Using the Scale tool and holding down Ctrl, offset the edges into the model. Now, with the Move tool selected, Ctrl drag it down. Excellent. In order to test the model and see what it will look like in terms of subdivisions, place this object with Subdivision Surface. In the subdivision settings, I set it to 1 to make the mesh less saturated. We see an artifact closer to the toe of the boot. Remove Subdivision Surface and refine the model. There is no section in this part of the model. Let's add it. Let's duplicate the model, thereby preserving this iteration. I will hide it and continue working with the duplicate. Switch to the polygon editing mode. Select all polygons and apply the subdivide command. Turn off the anti-aliasing of polygons in the tool settings. Now, using the sculpting tools, we will smooth out the polygons. Select the Smooth tool and turn on Symmetry. Let's adjust the size and intensity of the brush. Now we are working on the model. Adjust the points here in order to round off the arch. Let's continue to refine the model with the Smooth tool. Now I want to fix the toe of the shoe a little. In the top view, I'm getting in the way of the polygons that overlap the bottom part, and I can't select them in this view. So select the top part of the model and apply the Hide Selected command. Now I can select points and edit them. Turn on Hidden Polygons and check the model. Great. Now let's add a bevel generator. We place it in the object. Let's adjust the offset parameter and the number of subdivisions. Super! The boot is ready. This is how you can retopologize a model.